Hi everyone, Ash here from the Little Apiary Company. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Just like to say a really big thank you to everyone who's subscribed over the last couple of months. We're almost at 80 subscriptions, which is just amazing to me. I can't believe that many people are going to watch me whittle on about bees, but there you are. So if you haven't yet subscribed and you like the content, please give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps the channel, really boosts me to make me want to make more content and everything. Today, where we're at 30th of August, my youngest birthday actually, so I've got to get done quick as possible to get back for her. I'm basically going to start next year, 2026. It sounds odd, but I really believe that this is the actual start of the beekeeping year. This is the time when we get everything fed for winter. We make sure we've got queens, where we make sure that we've got good colonies to come out next year, and the hard work we put in now will really benefit us for next year. This year's done, like we saw in the last video, not a lot of honey about. We're going to pull off supers today, what little there is, and get buckets of feed on, get treatments done for Varroa, which for those of you who don't know is a parasitic mite on bees, which is endemic across the UK now. It's pretty much spread around the world, and it will kill a colony if you let it get hold, so we have to treat every year. I'm not allowed to put treatments on while I've got supers on, so as soon as the supers come off we start treating. I rotate my treatments around. This year majority of it's going to be Apiary. I've got some strips that go into nukes because they're a bit more easy to use, but it's Apiary trays this year for all the main colonies, and during the winter we will also do a trickle treatment of oxalic acid to catch up any remaining mites. So yeah, we'll show you what we're doing. Get the supers off, buckets on. I'll show you the buckets that we're using this year. We're trying out a new type of feed that we've got a pallet load of from Gwen and Griffith. We don't want to flood them now, because you don't want to fill the boxes up with masses of feed so the queens can't lay and get you your winter bees. But there's nothing around, so unless the ivy starts, because we have had a little bit of rain, I mean not enough to make any difference for this year, but maybe enough to get the ivy flowing a bit later on in the year. That's normally the last flow, so we'll do how we go, keep an eye on weights and everything, but I'll show you what we're doing, what the process is, and how much honey boxes we managed to get off, and then later on we'll have to get them processed and everything else and spun out, but that will be a different video. Okay, so let's crack on. The car is absolutely packed full of buckets. So this is what we're trying this year. Buckets of Apiary invert. I bought an entire pallet that we're using. So it's 14 kilos of inverted syrup for the bees to take down and store, and I'm hoping with that and a bit of a flow from the ivy, if we get it, that one bucket will be enough to get them through, but we keep an eye on the weights and we will top up as needed. With this one, because this is the only one here that's got any honey on here at Stratford. So it's a bit cooler today, about 19 degrees according to my phone, so still plenty warm enough for bees to fly, but this time of year they could be getting a little bit grumpy. We'll see. Okay, so I put this super on just to see if they'd do anything with it, really, because they had one full super already, and let's have a quick look in here. I'd be shocked if they have done anything with it, really, because it's essentially just been so dry. There's been nothing coming in, and it doesn't look to me like they've touched that at all. The gill's on there, but they're not drawing it, they're not clustered on it. So, yeah, no honey in that, so that's an empty one that can come off. There we go. And now, whether you can, the camera's focused in on that, you can see there, they have filled and capped that box, so we need to clear the bees out of there. Now, I don't have a blower with me. You can just come and for one box blow things out, but I've got to keep coming back to Stratford anyway, because this is where all our kit is, so this is where the empties are going to come. So what we'll do is we'll put a clearer board on there and pick that one up tomorrow. So this is a clearer board, so basically there's a hole in that end. The bees can come down through there, they come out, this is all meshed over, they come out these gaps here, can't get back up. So put that down there like so. That box goes on there. Now all the bees in that box will go down through the clearer board and be trapped underneath down in the main box. You just have to be careful of is you don't have any gaps. So any gaps that bees can get in around, once the box is empty, there's nothing to guard it, they'll rob it out as quick as you like. So we'll let that clear. Tomorrow I'll come and pick that last box up when I'm dropping off the last of the empties back here. And that's our one box of honey from Stratford this year. Right, next one. When we looked in these the other week, there was no honey in these at all in this top super. It was empty and still untouched. So that will go in the store, and these will get treated. Nothing in there at all, no weight, just empty. Right, with these we'll get the treatment done, because I don't have a deep crown board on this hive. It's one of my older thin ones. So you're going to have to use this little spacer or eek, and what we're using is Apiary. So that's going to be the bulk of the colonies. So it's basically a tray with a gel in of thyme oil or thymol. So let's see, that comes out, that drops in there. That sits on top, and in 2 weeks' time come along and we will change the trays over. So you get 2 trays over 4 weeks, and that will kill off the mites that are in there. And for feed, this is what we've got. For feed, this is what we've got. Peel off the label. And see if you can see that. Got the bucket full of holes. So that goes up above the feeder hole. And then basically some will leak out, there'll be a vacuum, and the vacuum will form in there, will stop the feed coming out. They come up through the hole and they'll basically take down whatever it is they want. Nice and simple, one application, don't have to come back, job done, nice and easy. What I will do is just pop my roof back on so that it doesn't go anywhere. So in 2 weeks, like I said, we come back, we'll sort out the tray, new tray, see how they've done with the feed, give them a heft, see how heavy they feel. If they feel like really light, give them another bucket. If not, we'll see, we give them a little while to get onto the ivy flow and see how it goes from there. And that's them done then, until I normally come in just after winter solstice, so 21st December, to do our trickle treatments, but that, I say, will be another video. Right, the nukes. So these we're getting a different treatment. Apiary is what I use for nukes, purely because it strips, and this is the first time this colony's been treated, because it's a fresh colony, it's a nuke, and they're much easier than trying to get those trays in to these poly nukes. They are a bit tight, it's hard to get a gap. So with these poly nukes, we've got feeders, which needs cleaning out. Basically, we fill these pockets with syrup, bees come up and over under this screen here, and they'll be able to drink the syrup. Okay, so with these apivars, strip these off, come in these little strips in these foil containers. So once you've opened them up, you need to use them all up because they'll dry out. A bit of a pig to get out, to be fair. Oh, right, blimey, that was a bit of a struggle. So, there's 2 strips in there. Basically, you can tear them down the middle, and they have this little tack which you can slot in. So the dose is 2 strips for a full brood box. This is essentially a full brood box because it's a double story nuke, so I'll put one in the top, one in the bottom. Now these strips, they stay in for 8 weeks. Then you come pull them out. bit of weight in them, so they're not too bad. We can't obviously give them a bucket, so what we do, just tip this into the feeder. Pop the lid back on, and that is how we do a nuke. Strap it down. So now with these, I like these poly nukes. I overwinter really well in them, and I can just pull the lid off and feed them without disturbing them at all. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these nukes, and put buckets on the full colonies, and that will be this site finished. Whew. Well, that was hard work. So everything here at Wanstead now been done. Everything's got a bucket. Supers are all off. Treatments, first tray's all on. Got a bit of tidying up to do. This is the thing, these buckets, they do leave a bit of waste. So got to tidy all that up. But yeah, that's the harvest from this apiary done. There's quite a few confused bees about. If I show you, and this is this year's harvest. We are down on honey, there's no doubt about that. So those there are Henks, 2 stacks. These boxes, they're not all full. There's about 6 boxes per stack, 4 stacks, so 24 boxes. What we've done is at the bottom of each stack is a clearer board, so the bees can escape. Big wheelie bin bag over the top, all taped up. Make sure that nothing can get in any gaps. Henk only lives around the corner, so he's going to come down in a couple of hours just to check everything's okay and make sure that we don't have any robbing from there. Things are all starting to calm down now. It's been a bit hectic. We've only just finished and tidied up. So the next one to do is up at the forest apiary, but that's going to be tomorrow because I'll get back for my daughter's birthday. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll collect these, check they're all clear, blow out the last few bees if there is any left, take them back home for processing. So we're nearly there. So day 2 harvest. I've just got back to Stratford from Wanstead with the car is full of all the empty supers, but I need to do some tidying up before I can then move on to strip those. The stacks seem to be clearing out quite nicely at Wanstead, so we're doing good there. But this is what my shed looks like. So I need to have a tidy up, get all this sorted, so I can then crack on with the rest of the day. Well, that's a bit better. I do really need to bring a broom down here and sweep all this up. I'm a bit more organised now, so that stack there, those are all empties, full of frames or foundation. I need to seal them up, but they're good to go. That stack there is the stuff that's got to be worked on over winter. The frames are rotten or busted and need replacing. Boxes scorched out, some of them painted, but that's a winter job once we've finished everything else. Yeah, we are a bit tidier now. Stack of bits and pieces. You sort of build up kit as a beekeeper. There's floors, clearer boards, dummy boards, queen excluders, all bits and pieces, a stack of frames down there to burn as well. So, but it is so good to have this space. The last few years, all my supers, I've had to sort of wrap them, and they've been out in the garden all winter, stacked on the decking or whatever at home, and some of them got damp, some of them got a bit mouldy, and you lost frames because of it. So having this space here is going to be amazing, just because I don't have to worry about shifting boxes all over the place just to do anything. It's all down here in one place. So next, go and get all of the full boxes, get them home so I can process them. Then I've got to get up to the forest apiary, same there, clear them all off, feed them, treat them, and that will be harvest done. So on to the next task. And there we go, harvest is over. This is the forest apiary done though, except for that one hive, because I basically run out of boards. Created stacks, and everything's been fed that needs feeding. A couple of heavy ones, these are really heavy, those are really heavy. Another stack there, clearing out. See on top, got clearer boards top, one down the bottom. So hopefully these will clear out. Excuse the aeroplanes, I'm right underneath a flight path. So yeah, there we are. Treated, fed. One more to come back for. It won't be a big job. We'll get done during the week. And that's us done for this season. Okay, so that's it. We've got 18 boxes from here. Got 22 at home from the other hives. So it's not great, in all honesty. We've got a large stack of empties, but what we do have is full colonies, more bees than we had going into the year, an apiary set up, and good news is we've just got planning permission for the honey house, so next few videos is going to be on that, because I haven't got anywhere to extract at the moment. So I've got boxes full of honey and nowhere to put it at the moment. Essentially, last thing we'll be doing here, checking some weights and putting some mouse guards on, just to make sure that they're all tidied up, and that'll be this year's beekeeping pretty much finished until just before Christmas. I'll come out, we'll do a trick or treat, so we'll get some footage of that. But yeah, I'm glad we got some honey. It's actually better than I thought it would be, but still not great. It's definitely down on the year. Be interested to know, any of you guys, leave a comment below how your harvest has gone, how you've dealt. If you're in the UK, have you had a big dry spells that caused problems for you, or have you, if you're over in the States, how's things going there, or anywhere else in the world? Always good to hear what people's experiences have been like. But here, yeah, we're pretty much done for the season, other than, I said, a few mouse guards, a couple of little bits and pieces to tidy up, and then we'll be on to building the new honey house, and that'll be in the next series of videos. So I'd like to say massive thank you to everyone who's been watching, everyone who's subscribed. We're up to 80 subscribers now, which is just amazing. So thank you so much. If you like what you see, please, and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel pop along, and let me know in the comments below if you want to see anything else, what else you're interested in regards to the beekeeping and how we're running things. But for now, until the next video, we'll see you later. Thank you.